Hi, I'm Gianni Recker, and today we're talking about handling and responding to disclosures from our children about them experiencing child sexual abuse, being molested, there have been an uncomfortable situation, whatever that might look like. So first off, I am so sorry if you are watching this video because you have had your child disclosed to you or a child that you love dearly, even if it's not your biological child. I'm very hopeful that you are watching this just to be prepared in the event that this would ever happen. Either way, three big things we want to keep in mind: calm, collected, composed. You want to make sure that you are as calm as you can possibly be when your child says something that sounds concerning. It's a red flag. So, what do you mean by that? Oh, what was that? What do you mean by that? Can you explain that to me? Once they have expressed that is clearly what it was, we do not ask any more questions. Because of the way a child's brain works, it doesn't work the way that an adult brain works. So when you ask a child questions, depending on how you're asking and how often they are being asked, you can actually contaminate their memory of how that took place, especially if they want to give you the answer that they think you want to hear. That can really do a lot of damage. So we want to make sure that a child detective is the one who's asking them those questions. We do not want to be asking those questions. We want to make sure we are being super encouraging. So after the child discloses, or maybe your child disclosed a couple days ago, a month ago, 3 months ago, and you're just not really sure how to continue living life because they're acting out, what you can do, be encouraging. Thank you so much for being so brave and sharing that with me, even if they told you by accident. Hey, that was really brave of you. Thank you so much for telling me. That took a lot of courage. If the child is going to all these different doctor's appointments and having to meet at the court with court-appointed advocates, and there's so much that can go into the reporting process, and that can be super intimidating. You were so brave. Thank you so much for being so brave. I bet it was pretty scary for you to have to go through all of this. Thank you so much for being so brave through this. Thank you for being so strong. You are so courageous. Really uplift them. And if they're sad and if they're upset, let them know it's okay to be sad and upset. They're allowed to get all of that out. We don't want to repress whatever it is that they're feeling. And I would highly recommend having them see a child therapist, because there's so many ways that they can seek therapy, like play therapy or art therapy, where they can express all the things that they're feeling when they might not have the words to do so. Furthermore, on calm, collected, composed. This is probably the hardest thing I am going to say. We have to make sure that as parents, even though we are so livid and so angry after we have found this out, we cannot express that in front of our child, because it is extremely common for kids, once they realize that their parents are really worked up about the situation, to recant out of fear. So they'll say, oh no, never mind, it didn't happen, I was lying. Because they are so terrified that the situation is going to continue to escalate and you're going to get more upset, and they've never seen you this upset before. They've never seen you so sad, so mad. If you're crying in front of them, and you don't usually cry in front of them, that's going to be really detrimental in their healing, because now they feel like they've caused this. Please also keep in mind that it's really common for perpetrators who prey on children to groom them up and build a relationship with them. So if your child is saying positive things about them, that's warranted, because that perpetrator spent time grooming them into feeling that affection, feeling that love toward them. So for you, let's pretend your child says, oh, but I don't want him to get in trouble. I don't want her to get in trouble. We don't want to say, well, they should get in trouble. They're a monster. They should have never done this to you. We want to say, oh, honey, I know you don't want them to get in trouble. I bet you care about them a lot. But sometimes whenever people do this, that hurts other people, and we want to make sure that they get help and that they're not hurting people anymore. That way the child doesn't feel completely torn out of, oh, now you hate this person and I didn't want them to do this to me, but I still love this person. It can be super confusing for them. So please, calm, composed, collected. Absolutely need to be reporting any child abuse, any molestation, whether it's another child that's perpetrating, even if it's a child in the family, if it's a family member that's older. Whatever it is, we need to make sure we're reporting it. We need to make sure we're encouraging those kids, uplifting them, letting them know they're super strong and super courageous and super brave for going through all of this. And know that you can heal. There's absolutely nothing you or your child can face that you are not capable of healing from. I promise you can heal. And you can heal in your own pace. Nobody gets to tell you how fast you need to heal.